What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got some awesome stuff. Gonna get right back into making some videos. We got the Driveshaft shop carbon fiber drive shaft. From what I've been reading online, the biggest notice will be upon acceleration and decel. I don't know what noises I'm really gonna be getting into, but from what I'm told, this is one of the best mods to be able to do to your Evo. So I'm looking into installing it, checking it out, and see how it performs. We also have to get that inside the car. I'll be going over to my buddy Rob's house to install this drive shaft and do a bunch of drivetrain fluids, a drivetrain modification alongside the drive shaft. The Evo has been quite neglected for some time. I gotta drive about 30-45 minutes away from the house. Most of it is highway though, so I am hoping it goes well. We gotta get the car and the drive shaft there, so let's get the drive shaft inside the car. Let's see if this guy will fit. When you gotta get there in one go. Took the back seats out just so the drive shaft would fit. It'll be a little uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be the worst thing. So let's fire up. Yeah. So for the drive shaft, 4 bolts back there. You have 2 carrier bearings, one right here and one right here. This is going to be different from yours because this is for the exhaust. And then up here, once those are all disconnected, this should just pull out from right here from the T-case. Should be a fairly simple little process. These guys in the back will be 12s. These guys, so these guys will be 14s. So 14s and 12s, that should be it. We'll need a wrench on the back of these ones. They're also 12s. So whether you do this on the ground or in the air, I highly suggest you do it in the air. Don't forget to release the emergency brake, otherwise you gotta bring the car back down. I have this carrier bearing tight. This one's loose and about to come off. And I've got one last bolt on the rear diff. So once I pull that bolt off, I should be able to put this on my shoulders, loosen that guy, and get rid of that guy, and then we should be able to pull this out this way and let it go so that way it does not mess with the exhaust. Here we go. About ready to drop. Hey. Half a second set of hands. Your TK seal will leak, and then the carbon fiber drive shaft portion should be relatively the same. I'm going to mock it up and see what carrier bearing is going to go, or where the carrier bearing is going to go where. So as this is all lined up, we have our little hanger right here. This guy right here is where we're going to be mounting that. Pull the bolts out and then throw that guy on right here, and I'll show you what I mean shortly. This is what I mean by the little bracket mounts to this part of the drive shaft. How we're doing drivetrain fluids. It's a 24 wrench and socket for the rear diff. For the T-case, it's a 24 on the drain plug, a 17 up there, and then on the transmission, a 24 millimeter plug, and then a 17. And then we're about to take that inspection cover off and throw on TRE's sought after part that lubricates the 4th gear a little more. Rear diff's been changed. T-case fluid looks pretty good. Not a whole lot on the magnet, which is a good sign. We'll see what the transmission has next. There it goes. Whew. This thing sucked. This thing sucks. Have another person with you. This was terrible. This bracket right here, I finally found a post. So we ran into this issue. And Buddy sent it to me from 2015 saying that the bolt holes for the brackets onto the car, they're too small and they need to be drilled out a little bit, but I didn't see what size in the forum. So these had to get drilled out by Rob out to a 13/32 for them to fit. They suck. That's just a move on Driveshaft shop. So it's been over, 8 years and they're still doing the same stuff with these brackets, but who knows, maybe they're a bunch of old brackets they were trying to get rid of. Who's to say? These ones that go onto the car will need to be drilled out. That guy and that guy up there. I found it easiest to do this probably with the exhaust out, but I didn't want to take it out. These guys are just going to be bare. It's installed, so quite happy. Stock drive shaft significantly heavier, and on some more drivetrain fluids. This is from the transmission. Quite a bit of metal, a little more than usual, but I already know that I'm about to be doing I'm gonna have to rebuild my drivetrain eventually, so just trying to minimize it as much as I can. The drain plug is cleaned. We're installing that guy and tightening it, and now we're going to remove this inspection cover and throw on the TRE little magnetic oil cooler. For the inspection cover, these are 10 mils. When you remove them, be wary to have your oil pan underneath and ready to catch anything that might still come out. That's the internal of my transmission, and according to this guy, should be popping in something like that or that way. And this little feed right here will lubricate fourth gear a little better. And we're back. Unfortunately for me, I didn't bring any extra GoPro videos, and what you saw was the last bit of footage before the GoPro battery died. It's a few days later. I'm currently editing video right now, and my thoughts on driving the car back home after installing the drive shaft, complete world of difference. I feel like if you're looking for something, to do to the Evo, and you got a chunk of change, but you've already got like wheels and tires, and you've got like the turbo setup you want, I feel like this thing could definitely free up, some horses and make use of that chunk of change for some mods. It is a chunk of change though. These things seem to be going up in price range, so I would order one sooner than later. Maybe you can find a used one. I'm happy it's in the car. The stock drive shaft is a 3-piece. It's just all over the place. I've definitely noticed quite the difference on driving, and D-Cell is exactly what everybody says it was. It feels like a nice, newer car, like a newer sports car. That's what it feels like to me. I'm interested to see how it will react with the 6466. It's been on and off, like cold and warm-ish here in Florida, so I want to make sure that the weather is consistent before really getting into any type of tuning or touching up on the tunes. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you and your time. Tell me what you got going on with your Evo, what's going on with your project, what's next on your list. 2023 is shaping up to be a pretty good year, so let's make the most of it. Dream or do, it's up to you. Till next time.